And for those of you that need to hit OK so we can start the recording, please do so. And now once our recording started, I know we're going to do some introductions right here at the beginning, but joining us, this is kind of a new thing. We've got 6 different locations broadcasting together, and you've got 2 MCs for tonight, both me and Randy Ritchie. So I'm going to kick it right to Randy. Are you there in Bowling Green?
We are. Can everybody hear us okay?
I can hear you fine on this end.
Perfect. Well, welcome everybody to our kickoff for Camp Cards. As many saw in the email I sent out today, we're excited about the opportunity that we have for our scouts. We got some great coupons on there, some buy one, get one frees, and we'll get into all those details. But I'm Randy Ritchie. I'm the volunteer from Matt to get up and do this and be the district chairperson for Camp Cards. So I'm excited to wear another hat. But thanks, Matt, for doing that. And Matt, everybody knows Matt and all the things he does for us. So at this time, we'd like everybody to stand, and hopefully you have a flag in your area that you can join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. For those of us in this room, we're going to face back in this corner here, and attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Scout sign, please join me in the Scout oath. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to guide my country and to obey the Scout law, help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, morally straight. All right. Everybody be seated. I have a quick safety moment for us. Since Camp Cards has to do with our kids being out in the public and selling, it's about selling items, focus on ensuring the proper supervision, maintaining a safe selling location, following proper exchange procedures when interacting with customers, including always having at least 2 adults present, clearly visible identification for sellers, never allowing a customer to leave with a product without exchanging payment in a secure manner. Key points to think about when doing this: well-lit public areas for selling, ensure the selling area is free from hazards and well-maintained, have a designated meeting spot for customers and sellers, supervision, which is critical, always have at least 2 registered adults present during sales interactions, assign roles to leaders, one to manage transactions, one to observe interactions. Customer interaction, never allow a scout to meet a customer alone or in a secluded area. Insist on exchanging items only in a public, well-lit space. Clearly communicate the price and condition of items before exchange. Use a secure payment method, cash, credit card. Always provide a receipt or proof of purchase. And then never leave a customer unattended with merchandise. Important things to consider: youth protection, emphasize the importance of reporting any suspicious behavior to a leader, digital safety, which I don't believe you'll probably be selling some cards online through family, educate scouts about safe online practices, not sharing personal information, and meeting in public places. And then be on the lookout for weather. If you're selling outdoors, be prepared for changing weather conditions and have appropriate clothing and shelter available. So Matt, I'm going to turn it back over to you.
All right, glad. Thank you for that. And to introduce the rest of our team, James, roll us forward 1 slide. We want to show you everybody that's supporting you. You've got 3 main people here at the council level: Randy, myself. Shannon Smith works here at the office and will be taking calls and being a support person for the entire Camp Card sale. You also have your district executive and a volunteer in every district that's their Camp Card chair. And they're on the screen right now on the PowerPoint. But make sure if you've got questions in Wapiti, you can talk to Josh, you can talk to Rocky, or you can talk to Randy as well. So we've got multiple people out there to support you. And our goal, all of us, the entire team, is to help you guys sell as many cards as you need to reach your unit goal. We want you to sell a lot and enjoy it and reach the goals that you guys have set for yourself. So let's talk briefly, I guess, going to the next slide about why do we sell cards? So James, can you advance it one more? So why we sell cards is pretty simple, but there's some things that you guys need to know about it too. And I had a video online today on Facebook about it. It's easy, it's no risk, and you get 50% commission. It is the best fundraiser that we have out there for units to earn their own way to camp, to earn their own way to pay for adventures or merit badges or things that they need to buy. It's even a good way to earn money for a new trailer, Pinewood Derby track, anything large or small that you want to do. So earning their way to camp and kind of going all the way back to when I was a scout, we sold a Scoutorama ticket that had a very similar coupon to what we do with our camp cards, but we only had one coupon. And we sold as many of those as we could. And as a scout, I learned really quickly that if I went up to people and said, hey, I'm trying to earn my way to summer camp, can you help me? People would buy that Scoutorama ticket. It's the same concept with the camp card. We want people to go out there and we want our youth to get a chance to learn salesmanship, to go out and into the community. And a lot of times they could sell to people that their mom and dad already know. They could sell in their local community, in their neighborhood. They could go to the local grocery store and they might see a teacher they know from school walk in. There's a lot of ways they can sell. But why we sell is part of it's community awareness, because we get to go out there and show that scouting is active, thriving, and we're trying to raise money to go do activities. Part of it is so kids can just earn their way to camp, or that units can pay for things like I mentioned, the Pinewood Derby, the trailers, all of that. So it's all of those things combined into one. But I think, and Randy will talk about it during his mentioning of his units kickoff, is a lot of units like this because it's a chance for kids to really learn how to talk to adults. And that's a very important skill for all kids that they can learn through popcorn, camp cards, taking merit badges. But scouting really does enforce that. And we encourage people to take part in that. So hoping they learn those valuable skills, that's some of why we do it. But go back to the beginning of what I said. It's also easy. It's safe. It's something that they can, no risk. You turn in all the cards you don't sell. Turn them in by our date that we're going to go over on important dates next. And there's no risk to the unit. Just turn in what you don't sell. So Randy, I think I'm going to kick it back to you for talking a little bit about our timeline, because we want everybody to start selling soon, but how long do they have to sell? Why don't you tell us about that? Next slide.
So we're 1 week late, but we did that last week.
Right.
So we had a great flooding and the snow. So 1 week late, but we're still on track. We have plenty of time. So tonight you get your card. So hopefully this weekend, you may already have plans for getting the cards in your scouts' hands, getting storefronts. Maybe you've already made phone calls and got storefronts ready to go. So you're ready to hit the road and have your scouts start selling. Next week when you meet is a great time to pump up your scouts and get them excited about what they're doing. We're going to go into a little bit of that a little bit later about ways to engage them. So sell, March through May. April 18th is our mid-sale check-in. So we'd like to get reports from everybody that you've sold at least 50% of your cards. It would be great by then that everybody reports you've already hit 100% and you need more cards. May 16th, sale ends. So give yourself time as a unit to cash out, collect things. When school ends, it's real difficult to track people down and get the cards and the money that last week. Our unit, we're going to set it about a week before then, because it's last year, it was really tough. So keep those dates in mind, talk about it with your parents, and remind them every meeting about those dates when you need things back. So council-wide, the 16th final sale, have everything balanced and turned in. Back to you, Matt.
Wonderful. And thank you, Randy. It's following the timeline is important, and it starts with you guys establishing a unit goal. And like Randy said, having that unit kickoff. I can't say it enough. Have a unit kickoff because you want to explain to the parents, what are the cards? Why are they so important to your unit? How many are you guys trying to sell? And each scout can actually have a goal of how many they want to sell so they can attend camp or they can get the thing that they want to do. So make sure you're sharing that. There are 3 standard ways to sell, and I've got if you're looking at the slide, there are door-to-door sales, there are storefront sales, and mom or dad taking the cards to work and talking to friends is still very important. I mentioned my own experience, but one thing my dad did every single year, I sold something, whether it was popcorn or those Scoutorama tickets or anything else I did as a scout, is he took me to see the person that we had insurance with. And the insurance agency always had a couple of people working up front and the person that we got our insurance from, and they bought almost every single year I was a scout just because I went in and asked them. And other places you guys could, teachers, barbershops, dental places, any place the kids go, you guys as parents, that's kind of fair game for you guys to also address that just like you do work. So there's lots of different things, but there's some other ones out there as well. If you're part of a Catholic parish and they have fish fries coming up, or even a Presbyterian church that does some of the fish fries coming up, talk to the church. Sometimes they're okay with the scouts setting up and being part of their sale. They'd love you to do it. Talk to any of the vendors that are actually on the card. Sometimes those vendors, those storefronts are the best ones. I know they're not on the card this year, but I have 100% from Tractor Supply that they love the scouts. And if you go talk to a Tractor Supply, there's a very good chance they're going to let you come and sell at their storefront. They love it. They'd love to do a deal on the card, but they've changed some things corporately, so they're not able to do that, but they still love us coming to their location and selling. The funny thing is where I live in Mount Washington, the Tractor Supply is literally walking distance from the Kroger. So you could sell at both locations probably. While you're out selling though, safety tips, and I'm so glad Randy hit that at the beginning because we still have a huge culture of safety in the council, the Lincoln Heritage Council. Thing we're very proud of is how safe we make scouting. And that includes the camp card sale. And that starts at the unit kickoff and making sure anything you do for the kickoff and the fun is safe. Even if you're going to put a pie in the face of the Cub Master, make sure it's done in a safe manner so he or she is okay. And so the scouts don't slip and hurt themselves, but make sure things are safe. Follow the safety checklist. We've got a great camp card guide, looks just like this, that you guys can flip through. The safety tips are right in there, and Randy hit a whole lot of them. When selling camp cards in your neighborhood, always have an adult or buddy with you. Never enter a stranger's house. Don't carry large amounts of cash. Always watch for traffic. Look for dogs on the slide I've put up, and if you want to go forward one more, James, you'll see crossing the street is always important, knowing the houses you're going to, but even dogs. Snoopy here isn't always everybody's friend. You want to watch for the dogs that are running up and make sure the scouts are safe if they're running up. They don't cut through the grass. They walk on the path and they follow the sidewalk and they go up to the front door and knock and politely talk to folks. Make sure they're doing everything correctly. But all those are right here in that packet, in that how to sell and safety tips for keeping our scouts safe. Including one more thing, pass right after that page talking about safety tips is we've talked about having the camp card kickoff at your unit, but you want to show them some of what they're going to get. Here's a couple of things that are really incentivizing them this year. If they sell 10 cards, they get this patch. Now, we're going to have the patches ordered so that we have them by that first early check-in, where you're not going to have to wait till the very end of the sale to get the patch, but we do need to get partway through so we can start awarding these based on how many scouts have sold 10 cards. But at the end of this packet, there's actually a form that you can fill out that's very simple. How many scouts have sold 10 patches? Send that into the office. You can start sending that in as early as next week. We want to know how many patches are owed to each unit and how many scouts have earned it. If the scouts go a little above and beyond a patch level and they sell 100 cards, they're going to get a $50 Amazon gift card. And then for about every 100 cards they sell, they go up $50 on that Amazon gift card. We've got a top council sale prize this year of a $300 gift card for the top selling scout in the entire council. So I definitely wanted to hit all of those incentives. We're going to have additional things coming out. There's still going to be a weekly drawing. That's going to go into those sheets that I talked about, where if you've got scouts that have earned a patch, or you had a really good storefront sale or sale at a fish fry, or you guys canvassed a neighborhood as a whole unit and you sold a whole lot of cards in a weekend, make sure as a leader you turn in that form for the next week, because we're going to have weekly drawings through the whole sale. That way we can really incentivize the folks who are going out there and are having good luck and having a lot of sales happen. We really want to encourage that. So keep doing those things. That can all be part of your kickoff. The one pager out of the the camp card guide that you could print and literally hand everybody at your unit kickoff is that one about incentives. So want to make sure you guys get your scouts excited. And then I think we're all the way up to, let's talk. We've talked a lot about this unit kickoff, but let's talk about what you want to do and maybe some examples of what you can do at the unit kickoff. And we're going to add a little fun to this too. I'm going to tee up Randy really good so that he can have a successful time telling you how his unit does the unit kickoff and all the tips he's got on what you guys need to do. But we're going to throw some money at this. I want to award the unit that has what we vote on as the best unit kickoff, $100. So we're going to give $100 to the unit that sends us a video and a picture of their unit kickoff, describes what happened and why it was so awesome. Send that to me directly through an email. You can post it to Facebook if you're already posting, and then tag the council and still send me an email. Just, I want to make sure I don't miss anybody in this process. The list I shared with you at the beginning with all of our district camp card chairs, I can share all the posts with all of them, and we're going to have a quick vote, and we're going to vote on who had the best unit kickoff. We're going to give everybody the same 2 weeks. So if you're not meeting next week, you at least can get it in the week after that. But in 2 weeks, we're going to announce who had the best unit kickoff in the council, and that unit's going to get a $100 gift card to use however they need to support their unit. So we're going to offer that one out with no strings attached, other than you've got to send us something to prove. Send us the description, send us the video, send us the pictures. We want to see what you're doing to make things super exciting for your unit to sell camp cards, and we want to share that with everybody as well. Randy, I'm teeing you up to talk about what you guys do in your unit, so go ahead.
Well, thanks, Matt. No pressure here. Appreciate that. So as I said earlier, camp card sales can be fun. Some of the kids look at it as miserable. The older ones tend to have a harder time of selling because they're not that cute little lion out there or that cute little tiger. So they got to put a little more effort into it. But the great thing about it is building that excitement of, one, them learning that things aren't free, and they're going to learn to pay their own way to camp. You know, if you're doing incentives, if you got at home, you're giving them money for doing chores, you know, this is a great opportunity to teach them that they can earn money to pay their own way. And they could use that money. Our unit allows them to use it for other things than just camp. So if they sell enough, they could buy a sleeping bag. My grandson 1 year sold enough cards that he paid for 3 kids to go to camp. So the 12 points of the scout ball, he was also loyal to the unit, but he was also helpful to others that maybe didn't have the time to get out there and sell as much or didn't have the opportunity. So think of creative ways to build that excitement in there of they're earning their way to camp. It's a great thing. Show off the card. Get the scouts to pick out which one of these they want for themselves. Holiday World, Beach Bend, you know, maybe, you know, you use that as an enticer for your unit's going to go to one of those based on how well the unit does. So be creative, come up with neat ideas, games, having a skit of them practicing what they're going to say. I know in the booklet that we have for you, there's an example script. It's great. You know, it's nice and easy. Hi, my name is Randy. I'm here selling cards. Can you help support me to go to summer camp? I can learn to be a great leader. I can learn outdoor skills. Let them put their own twist on it. What excites them about going to camp? So that way they can put their own spin on it and make it much more personable, and be prepared when you're talking to them. Be prepared when another scout comes up to them and says, what are you going to do at camp? You may have another scout walk up to them, like Brian back here, that'll walk up and say, can you tell me the oath? Can you tell me the law? I can't tell you how many older Eagle Scouts have walked up to our kids at storefronts and quiz them. They want to know how much they remember, how much they know. It's a neat thing. Practice that with them. Make sure that they don't shut down and forget and lock up when somebody asks them a question. You know, have them recall, what was the funnest thing you did last summer at summer camp? and get all of them talking about it, their funnest experiences. You know, some of the funnest things I remember growing up was the first time I got to build a fire. It was like, you know, wow. You know, but then we went snow sledding. I was in Iowa, and we were trying to dodge the trees. So everybody's got a different experience. So talk about it. Get all of them feeding off each other. How many of y'all have a pack? And how many of y'all's pack, as those kids get excited, all the other kids feed off of each other and become unruly? Okay, that's what you want. You want that excitement. And you want that excitement when they go out to the storefront. Hopefully you're already working on storefronts. We use Sign Up Genius. Trails in for the popcorn. That's the best thing about that app is you load in the storefronts. Everybody picks their times when they want to sell. So we don't have an app like that for Camp Card, but Sign Up Genius is an option out there for you. So Michaela will be for our unit, giving us location, loading it in there, and parents can go on and pick their time slots of when they want to sell based on their ability and their time frame. And then we just got to monitor it and make sure we're adhering to the guidance Safe Scouting, making sure that we're safe. So it's all about the fun. But right here, you've got everything you need to know. Matt's done a great handout for you. So sell, sell, sell. Back to you, Matt.
All right, just making sure. Thank you, Randy, and really appreciate Randy and all of the district chairs and all of the district executives for putting on their individual show for the night. We're almost to the point that we're going to kick it to the local folks to talk more about the unit kickoff, to talk more about what's the best deal on their card. Because the nicest thing about our cards, we have different ones for everywhere. And I know I picked on her earlier, but I want to give a shout out to Merrill Ingram and her crew from Hopkinsville. We got challenged a few years ago that, hey, can we do a card in a certain community? And they came to win, where they created their own card and have had it for a couple of years now because they got so many local deals. The really nice thing about our card, and please take a look at it this year, is we really looked at all the deals for it. And there are some breakoffs, which are great. The back of the card only has 9 deals for every card in the council, but every card in the council is different on those 9 deals because we made sure it had some local flair, that things would be accepted in E-Town or Paducah or Owensboro or wherever you are, there's deals in that local community. So we're very proud of that this year, but it's something unique and we need to be pushing that while the scouts are out and selling it. Make sure you highlight that at your unit kickoffs. Another new thing that we added this year was we had these boards that we got over the last year or two, which were pretty helpful, and I know units liked them. We invested money this year into it, so we have a lot of boards. There's pretty much enough for every unit that's going to do storefront or going to do fish fry sales to have one of these boards. I don't think you're walking around the neighborhood with this board doing door-to-door sales, and you're probably, as a parent, not taking this thing to work with you. But if you're doing storefront sales as a unit, this is a resource we wanted you to have. So we invested more money into it. We actually invested 10 times what we spent last year to have enough of these so that everybody can have one for their storefronts. One per unit. We didn't get to the point we can max out and get multiple per unit yet, but let's see how this year goes. Use these boards, please. They're identical to the cards you're selling, minus the fact that you cannot take this thing through a drive-through. Please don't try. It won't work. We already attempted up here. In the camp card guide, there's a lot of useful resources, so please look back through this. This is available on the website, on our camp card page on the Lincoln Heritage Council website. There's a couple other things available there too. There's a PDF of a letter for you to download and use and take to a storefront and share with them. If you're going to ask a store, can we sell cards here? And you need a letter from the council. That exists already. And then there's the card, or the patch distribution form is what we call it, but this is the form I mentioned that as a scout sells 10 cards, start filling these out, sending them our way. It's really nice for us to know how things are going and how many scouts have hit that 10 cards in your unit. Gives us a good gauge of how many scouts are out there selling and helping to do things. A couple of recap things before I turn it over though is establish a unit goal. Sit down, look at how many cards would you need to sell to come up with how many dollars you want to do the things you want to do for your unit this year. Come up with that goal, set a card goal, and then set a plan that helps you get to that goal, including that unit kickoff we just talked about, and get everybody really excited. Don't forget to take pictures and videos, send those my way. I'm really excited to see what kind of fun all the units out here have in the Lincoln Heritage Council. We're a fun bunch of scouters, and I can't wait to see what you guys send me for all those unit kickoffs. Very excited to see that. And then we're going to have, like I said, be on the lookout for additional things that are incentives, weekly drawings. I can already tell you each district is going to have mystery shoppers with some giveaways. So there's going to be people with an item, might be a pocket knife, might be a little scout trinket, could be a water bottle, could be something else they'd use in scouting, could be a gift card to a local restaurant, but they are going to be out there looking for scouts, selling at storefronts, selling in neighborhoods. And those mystery shoppers are going to have something to give those scouts that day when they see them selling. So make sure your scouts are out there, prepared, ready to go. At this time, I will give all the districts online the chance. We're going to stop the recording. And as the recording stops, we're going to ask you to advance to your card on the PowerPoint. All the cards are in the last few slides on the PowerPoint. So advance to the one for your district and what you need to talk about. And for the local executive and their camp card chair, go ahead and jump in. So start talking about your card, the best deals on it, what unit kickoffs look like, and absolutely hand out the cards. One more time, thank you everybody for joining. I'm going to hop off this one, but I'm going to let James Lennon has been here and appreciate him helping tonight. He's going to be here for 15 minutes monitoring the Zoom. If there are any questions in any of our districts and you want to shoot it our way in the chat, send those questions our way. We'll answer them. If there's anything else beyond that, feel free to email anybody from that list that we just shared in the PowerPoint. And this PowerPoint and the recording are both going to be posted this week to the website under camp cards. So appreciate you guys coming out tonight to get your cards. We're at 30 minutes with our section of it. So we should be in under an hour for this meeting once we get the cards in everybody's hands. Have a good night and have a good sale.